Hopefully this works. We'll give it a whirl anyway. Just pulled over on my way back into Melbourne. I thought I'd try and do a live. I think they're gonna not let this go out after I do it as a live, but we'll give it a bit of a go anyway. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm obviously on my way back transiting from New South Wales into Victoria. I've just entered the Mitchell Shire. Literally just went in and got some petrol 2 seconds ago and had the people behind the counter pull me aside and say, "You realize you're in the Mitchell Shire now, you need to be wearing a mask." To which I said, it's not actually a law, it's only a directive. How do you guys feel wearing your masks? Because I could barely hear what they had to say. And they both said how uncomfortable they were feeling. And I was like, it's actually just a form of submission. You're submitting to what the government needs you to do to continue with the agendas they're trying to push forwards. And I actually started talking to them about the fact that they're breathing their own carbon dioxide. I showed them a thing on my phone in regards to carbon dioxide and what it does when you're breathing it in, and the different symptoms it can give you, from headaches to blurry vision, dizziness, tetanus, all these different things that it can give you. So I went through all those with them. By the time I finished, there was a lady wearing a dark black mask, an N95, and I was telling her that mask is actually made to stop things coming in, but it doesn't stop anything going out. And she was saying that, she was worried in case she contracted something. And I was like, well, if you contract something, if you get sick and you're in that mask, you're going to be spreading it to everyone. You're going to think you don't need to be socially distant, and you'll be spreading that disease to every single person you come across. And how bad are you going to feel about doing that? I was like, honestly, guys, like if the socially distancing doesn't work, if the masks do work according to the government, even though they say you can wear any facial covering you want, if the masks do work, we shouldn't be doing social distancing. We should actually all be back at work and living our lives as we did in the past. Mandating the masks means they work, in which case we should all be back at work. There should be no lockdowns running any further if those masks actually work like they say they do. So you can't have it every single direction, government. Like, if the government tries in every single way to do this, then who are we to stand here and do what they say when they've got no medical evidence showing what their facts and figures are, or that their facts and figures are correct? In fact, like, what we found is, I found information today to show out of all the tests done Australia-wide, 3.4 million tests, 0.4% of those people are coming back positive to COVID-19. 0.4%. 0.4%, less than 1% of all those tests that they are doing are coming back positive. Out of those positive tests, there would be a lot of false positives. But once you get given a once you get given a positive, even though it gets tested as a false positive, it never comes back to you to show that it's a false positive. They don't have to inform you. So they contact trace and shut down your neighborhood and everyone you've been near due to a false positive. And their figures keep on going up for positives, even though they're false positives. At some stage, they're going to fall on their sword here, guys. And you need to know that if you're standing in your strength, as I keep on saying, if you're standing in your strength, if you're coming from a place of love, if you're coming from a place of education and knowledge, and if you go with logic should reign supreme here. Use your noggin, because you have got it there for a reason. It's not just to look pretty. It's not just to hold up a mask on those ears of yours. It's there to use the grey matter inside. And no offense to anyone on this group, because I think you guys are all quite well educated, but I think there's quite a few people that haven't been using that grey material. It's just sort of floating around in there, and they're definitely following any narrative that they get fed to them. And most of the narrative is just fear. It's just fear, plain and simple. And we need to all start smiling again. I just did an Instagram post. So my Instagram is Matt Lawson Photography, and at the moment that's not being censored at all. So I just did a post with a caption of, what did it say? Do not hide your smile. Because what they want is all of us to hide our identity. If I talk to you guys like this, number one, it's muffling my voice so you don't hear what I've got to say. Number two, it's totally hiding my identity. You can't see anything here. And once you lose that identity, think of, as I keep on saying, think of a muzzled dog. Think of a baby with a dummy or a pacifier in its mouth. That's what this is. This is full submission. And you don't want to be doing that, because once you submit, and I was speaking to someone today who was from communist Poland, when Poland was run as a communist country. And they said they saw the steps coming in one by one, exactly how we're doing here. They saw the steps one by one coming through until it became a full communist country. And people kept on wanting to stand up, but they never did it. And they needed to start stepping up. They needed to really start setting up. Hi, Rama. Hope you're doing really well, Rakma. If people keep on stepping up, it makes a huge difference, because together we can all be the voice of reason and the voice of sanity. And, you know, one of my really good friends from my 5G page, Chantel, today she got pulled over, and I mentioned it earlier in the video. She got pulled up on a train and she didn't know her rights perfectly, and she got nervous. And I've done this before. I had the police come to my door and I stood in my love and kindness and said nice things, but they said they were going to take me, and they said you can do it the easy way or the hard way, and they were going to walk me away. And I ended up saying no twice, and then the third time when he said it with a bit more anger, I said I'll just go and get my shoes. And we use that as a bit of a joke now, because you need to stand in that place of strength. If you keep on standing in that place of strength but then it doesn't work, then you end up ruining yourself. Because if you don't stand in that place of strength, then you go with fear, and fear is I'll go and get my shoes and do exactly what you want. And at the moment, everyone's doing that. Everyone's doing the standing in strength. Nah, I'll go and get my shoes. But in this case, it's I'll go and get my mask. I'll take your mandatory vaccine. I'll do whatever you do say, and I'll comply until we are a communist regime. Because at this stage, I'm sorry, but the facts and figures aren't adding up, and we're going down a path. It's like lemmings walking off a cliff, and people are doing it one by one. I am so heartened and I feel so strong in the fact that so many people are doing the right things and standing up right now and saying I will not wear that mask. Have those conversations. We're having those conversations through my groups. Anyone we bump into that asks about the mask, we're having the conversation. We're saying, are you aware that the carbon dioxide that you're breathing in is making you very sick? And it could actually, your body, and I read and spoke to a person who does virology, your body can start thinking that it's got a virus inside it and start ejecting it because of that amount of carbon dioxide you're breathing back in. Pleurisy is a big thing. Your lungs taking in too much carbon dioxide can make you very, very, very sick. And if these elderly people who are wearing these masks start getting sick, they'll also have these lesions in their lungs. No doubt these will be put up as COVID-19 deaths, no doubt. And COVID-19 is causing these deaths, but it's not causing it directly. It's causing it because of government mismanagement. And it's causing it because we're complying to a false narrative. So again, stand your ground. I'm about to keep on driving in towards Melbourne. I'm going to do a bit of a walk around the city and just see what things look like and, see what's happening with people. But yeah, I won't be wearing a mask. People can do it. And I would have your phone out, film people, have the conversations with people. Again, come from that place of love and care. Now, when this video finishes, I don't think YouTube will let it go up. It'll disappear. I want you guys to know that I love you all. I think you're all amazing. I'll never stop. This is going to be continued. We're standing up for people's human rights. The ones who can't have a voice will be their voice every day, every night, for as long as it takes. And we're not going to stop. And I want you guys to know that we can all make a huge difference in this world. I think the biggest thing we need to remember is that if we come from a place of love, nothing can defeat us. We can't be crumbled. We can't be stopped. And, we've got powers looking over us, whatever you believe in. It doesn't matter if it's what religion it is. It doesn't matter if it's spirituality. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you have faith that things are going to be okay, they will be okay. Keep looking in your gut and saying, what is the right thing to do for me and my family? And do that. Okay? I love you all. Keep your inner strength. Keep fighting. Keep knowing that if you stand your ground and know that you're a good person, good things will happen to you. You don't need the approval of anyone else. And I keep saying this to people. I say it to a lot of young people as well. You don't need anyone else's approval. Don't seek it. Don't chase it. Don't comply to something you can see is wrong. Love you all. Peace out.